And we're back. Game number 2 and what could be the final game of our entire Eastern Division. Vici Gaming looks to end things on a win against Rattlesnake, looking for the 2-0. They did get the Game 1 win, which did give them that extra nudge they needed to surpass DK on our overall standings, moving up to 3rd seed. A nice boon for them heading towards our playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks. First week of December 6th, if I'm not mistaken, right after my birthday. It's the day after my birthday, so that actually does kind of suck. It means I got to go to work after my birthday, and I can't, go drinking and stuff. But whatever. It's fine. I get Dota the day after my birthday. I'll take it. Anyway, Vici actually going to go ahead and grab up the Tidehunter again. So second Tidehunter game in a row. This time it'll be under Vici's control, though. They'll look to make a little better use of it than Luo could on the hero in Game 1. They've also got a Pugnet and Alchemist, a lot of AoE, a lot of push early on. On the side of Rattlesnake, they got Vici, Naga, and the Luna, so a lot of early and mid-game punching power for them, and that really fits into the wheelhouse of what they do best, which is try to get an early lead and ride it all the way to the end. To bring in the insight and analysis for the draft, just as he has for every single game, welcome in once again Ben Merlini Wu. And Ben, Rattlesnake got behind early, and that just never bodes well for them. The times we see them have success, they're able to ride some kind of success in the early laning phase to a solid mid-game. Not going to happen.
Yeah, it looks like they want to take the Vici for themselves, and I think that's a very good pickup for them because they need to win the laning phase. And they did a 2-1-2 and then rotated the Lion around because they weren't getting anything accomplished up top versus Bristleback. And then they got just off to that 3-0 deficit early. And I mean, it's just after that, they're in their mind, they have to play really scared and they have to play aggressively with a Pudge on their lineup if they want to win.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the Pudge pick obviously not working out the best for Rattlesnake in Game 1. Just it didn't hit his hooks. This time going with something much more stable. Luna, of course, a carry that we've seen enjoy a lot of popularity in the East, even more so than in the West. But she does face a couple of issues. I mean, she can show up the fights much earlier than most other hard-farming carries that scale as well into the late game as she can. But the item build matters a lot, and you and I have talked pretty extensively about it whenever we see the hero come out, is, you kind of have to choose. What's your build going to be? Are you going to delay your BKB and make yourself vulnerable? Or are you going to put yourself in that position where you rush the BKB, and if you end up losing 1 or 2 fights after rushing that item, you never really have a chance to build the damage you want to have in the mid-game, and then you just fall behind that way. With the Keeper of the Light pickup, though, I suspect this is going to be a bit of a split push-oriented lineup. They're going to be very defensive with Keeper of the Light's Illuminate, and, of course, Naga Siren, Song of the Siren to bail them out of trouble. And just being able to teleport in the Luna once she split pushes the lanes out, or to just bring her to 5-man fight's going to be give Rattlesnake a lot more options in terms of how they want to try to take any team fight wins here.
Yeah, I think that Vici has a very solid early game lineup, but Rattlesnake has a decent lineup to counter versus it, but only if they execute properly. They have to be able to coordinate the Song of the Siren with Keeper of the Light and Luna too, to be honest. So Song of the Siren in, and then Keeper of the Light Illuminate, channel that blast, and then maybe Visit Bird Stuns with an Eclipse. That's pretty significant, but the big factor is Tidehunter. And Tidehunter now on Vici's side means Naga Siren Initiate doesn't really matter unless you have BKB. So getting BKB up on Luna, I think, is even more important than usual for them, especially considering Alchemist is the carry of choice on the side of Vici, or it could be support, but most likely carry. So Luna just kind of has to get up the BKB, or she's going to get stun locked to death, ravaged, and then just the Nether Blast from Pugna. It's just going to be too much damage for her to handle. And they don't really have anything that can really save her from that. I mean, Song of the Siren, that's once every 3 minutes. You're talking about Unstable Concoction once every 16 seconds from Alchemist. So I think that Rattlesnake, they're going to need levels pretty darn badly. Ravage also slightly less cooldown than Song of the Siren. So Vici can just force fights often. And if Rattlesnake slips up, they're just going to keep falling further and further behind.
Oh, yeah, and we saw that in Game 1 as well, and that's kind of been the tail of the tape for them throughout the entire tournament. Whenever they get off to a good start, they can find some success, a little snowball potential in the mid-game, but anyone who's done the research on Rattlesnake just knows the way you get over on this team is to beat them in the laning phase when they're at their strongest, and then they begin to really come apart, just like we saw earlier already. Waiting to see the 5th pickup out of Vici, and like you said, though, the Tidehunter, you can see the draft order, Tide coming out after the Naga Siren pick. Makes a ton of sense. He's really the ultimate counter to Naga Siren's Initiate, especially on heroes like a Luna, who really, like you said, it gives her another reason to have to rush the BKB. They're going to be able to put a lot of pressure on her before she does get that up nonetheless. Again, the roam potential quite high. Hey, going to get to see one last surprise pick out of Rattlesnake. I like it, guys. Showing us the sniper. Going to be Luo farming him up as well.
Sniper, I actually like Sniper a lot, but I don't really like him without the Shrapnel build. The Shrapnel is ownage. That is one of the most, this is probably the most underrated spell in the game, actually. It does
Explain
so much
why.
damage.
Yeah, I mean,
Why?
yeah, I mean, like that's, I've heard that before, and I've played with it, and I know how it functions. It's just in your mind, in your own words, my friend, break it down by the numbers. Why is shrapnel? Because that's a bold statement. Why is shrapnel the most underrated spell in
Shrapnel,
the game?
it does a lot of damage. It gives you vision, which is never to be underrated. It lasts 9 seconds with a 15-second cooldown, so that's 60% uptime. It does a lot of damage. 48 times 9 is what, almost 450 damage over there. That's ridiculous for a level 4 spell, and it slows too. I mean, there's what's not to like about Shrapnel?
Well,
It costs 120 mana, which is not great, but like you get moderate returns from the other skills though, which is the thing on Sniper, right? You get just a minor increase in range, 80 range. I mean, it's like 3 points you get like 240 range, which is okay, but consider that to 450 AoE damage is just absolutely insane. And then headshot, you already get the same chance at level 1 than at level 4. So 40% chance for that mini stun, I think that's more important. And yeah, just the shrapnel damage is so good at anti-pushing. It's so good at zoning out. It's kind of like a weaker version of acid spray.
Right.
I think acid spray is really good, but it's also way less cooldown. So you can just spam it and it doesn't really cost you that much. I don't know. I just like Shrapnel. Shrapnel is ownage. Steal Shrapnel, please, every sniper that I see.
Well, the problem I have with it is you've already pointed out, it's the mana cost. I mean, usually with Sniper, there are a variety of ways you're usually going to build him. You can do, your standard Shadow Blade build and just look to make some usage, get some
Bottle,
usage out of
man.
that. But you're usually going to want something like a BKB. Bottle, fine. You want to go with an early bottle.
Solo mid bottle.
How about Soul Ring? I want to see a Soul Ring on this Sniper and then max out Shrapnel. I could get behind that. Early Soul Ring, especially if he goes like, we'll see where they end up putting him. He is going to be
He has
played by
decent int growth, though. It's not awful.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I want to see Merlini proven correct. I want to see the max Shrapnel build and see it put in
That
the
hero is ownage, man. I'm telling you. Like, Shrapnel is just like, what in the world is with this spell? It's also really good for killing out ancient stacks, or not ancient stacks, creep stacks. And we see some carries, they just don't have a good creep stack potential. And a lot of the popular carries can, like Gyrocopter, like Luna, like Alchemist. And having that AoE potential is super huge. How long would it take a sniper to kill a 4-stack of the big camp with just take aim and headshot? That would take ages. Like, if you're behind, it would just take forever. And how are you going to come back if you can't flash farm?
All right, there you go. Words from Babes. We'll see if Luo's going to take his advice.
If I were on a competitive team, I would so pick that hero now and then. Not every game, but now and then. And enough to throw an opponent off.
Enough to make it be one more thing for them to account for, right? Just always worrying about the last pick sniper. It's
I know. It's like, shit, they should ban it out. Do I really want to waste a ban on it?
Exactly. No, I'd say there are football teams. I've had a number of friends who have played Division I college football at West Virginia University and Marshall University. And talking to them, there's always the whole, you see teams line up and do crazy field goal formations. Hold that thought. We'll talk about field goals after we see the unstable concoction. 1-2-1. Didn't get the DD. Can they follow it up? There's the slow from Nova. And Ensnare's going to be there on Siler. That should keep 1-2-1 safe. Perhaps, I mean, he's going to have concoction up in 2 seconds.
3 seconds. Johnny is in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
Unless he gets some like sick ass tree jukes.
Here we
And
go.
By sick ass, I mean super sick. That is not sick enough.
Nope. There you go. First blood. Give it to VG.
It's better than 1-2-1 dying though.
Yeah, absolutely. But Fenrir also taking the kill. Probably would have benefited if it had been another hero. But yeah, first blood, and already Rattlesnake finds themselves behind.
Don't worry, Sniper will carry, man.
I'm waiting to see it. I can't wait to see. Anyway.
Oh, he's still level 1 Shrapnel. He's my hero.
There you go. And as you can see, he's already... There we go. There's a point headshot. He's already used it once, and now he's going to use it again. Yeah, look at that harassment.
Look at that damage.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? Not get creeps? You're going to sacrifice creeps for like a measly 12 damage a second times 9?
Or you just sidestep that circle, as we just saw. And he is getting harassed pretty effectively by Luo, though.
See, he's going bottle. I'm liking Luo. I like Luo a lot more than I did before.
And this is going to be a game where I'm just going to be tempted to stare at this mid lane, though. I hope he doesn't put a single point in just so I can hear you rage. Down at bottom, it will be an offensive try lane. It's going to be try on try. 1-2-1, Sag and Johnny will be matching wits with Fenrir, FY, and Siler down here. Who you give the advantage to?
Level 2 Shrapnel. That's all I see. On the bottom lane, I mean, already with that first blood though, it has to be Vici. They already have clarities up. They have boots on a Crystal Maiden. They have Bassi up on Sylar for extra mana, so they can just keep spamming Concoction and Crystal Nova. And the range is a big deal too. Oh, actually, let's see, 2 heroes move about, and they have good wards set up. They block the spawn. They have wards coming up over here, so they can see if they circle behind to kill Sylar. And this is much better prepared for the situation.
Oh, Luo's in trouble. Yeah, he's got to run for the Ancients to try to get it denied. There's
Sylar gets gone on right there.
A nice kill down the bottom. We're going to have Sylar caught out. He's doing rocket barrage damage. Here comes FY. He has a concoction. And Sylar going to be bailed out by it. Got a couple stunned with it. And the Lucid Beam, no, he salved up. Fenrir's there. Now they're going to re-engage. That is a ballsy gyrocopter, and it'll pay off. The ensnare might end up costing Johnny as well. Sag not in the best of shape either. He will make it back, but flat cannon and one last auto attack. Make it 4-0. The early game completely disintegrating in front of the eyes of Rattlesnake.
See, that's just the first blood going to work right there. They get the little bit of extra gold, they had the little bit of extra stats, they had that tiny bit of extra armor from Ring of Basilius, and just one more hit on Sylar would have killed him right there. But, I mean, first blood, it doesn't seem like that big a deal, whatever, before the creep spawn, but these things add up, and they turn a potentially 1-for-0 situation to a 0-for-3.
Yep. And I want to see what Luo does at level 4. This is now the mini.
Take aim. You go one take aim, and then you go max shrapnel.
Yeah, all right.
I'm telling you,
then you go max shrapnel. Is this the
Merlini
Merlini build now? Is that what we're gonna call it? Is he doing the Merlini build?
It's the universal best sniper build. To almost all pubbers.
That's the correct answer. That's the correct answer, by the way. Everyone who plays pub games, which should be pretty much all of our viewership. Whenever someone says what build are you going, you say the best build and leave it at that. And no matter what, you're right. Down at bottom, we are going to see TP back in from Naga. But yeah, this bottom lane not going very well. Fenrir has taken to the jungle. He's going to be level 3 soon. He'll probably put that last point, that third point, I should say, in Arcane Aura. That'll help everyone out.
Yep, Sniper doing a little bit of scouting, but you know, Fenrir knows that it's an illusion. He should kill it. Super and mid doing very well versus Sniper, actually 15-5 to Shrapnel's 8-2. But with Shrapnel, you got to be able to last hit, man. That headshot. Oh, they're competing for the top rune. Who's going to get there first?
I love that you just called him. You just called him Shrapnel, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
To Shrapnel's 8-2.
That's the hero. That should be the hero's name.
4-0 remains the score. Let's see if they want to engage. They do. I heard an unstable concoction coming. That's going to be FY. Looking for a target. Not going to find one. Going to have to eat it all on his lonesome. They may try to engage, and they will. Lucid Beam and Snare, as well as the Grave Chill coming off of it. There's the Rocket Barrage, though, and 1-2-1 might be traded away. One last auto attack makes that a trade they'll be willing to take any day. But Sylar, whoa! Magic Stick charges, best 200 gold he ever spent, just paid for itself.
And he already ate a tango. He pre-ate a tango, too. It's these small things that Vici is doing that just gives them a better edge up in the lane. And these 2 tangos have saved him twice now. And we see a recall, actually. Naga Siren going for a gank on top. Are they going to actually try and kill ROTK? It sure looks like it. He is out of regen. He is playing way too greedily in this lane. You have to buy some more regen so that you can get your arcane boots up. Or it looks like he is going to buy his bottle, but that's when he's at 915 gold. So, yeah, I think a little bit of greedy play from ROTK, but he will not look like he will pay for it.
Yep, he's going to go ahead and pull back. What's he got? He's got a couple of bottles out
Super there. Is owning Luo in terms of experience. So Luo is level 5.5, and Super is 6 3/4. So I don't know where this big discrepancy came from, but he is putting the build to shame.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I think I know where it came from. He's got 3 points in the shrapnel in his first few levels. That's what happened. 1-2-1 going to be dove under his own tower and brought down immediately. And helps whenever you have a mid that can actually TP in and try to get something done. He will be 6 soon, and not even going to have his treads up yet from what I can see. Is he actually... Oh, Hand of Midas. Okay, that's that'll work, I guess. No, actually, that's Icy's Hand of Midas, so... Icy getting the Hand of Midas up very quickly here on our Keeper of the Light. He's going to have up a sub-6-minute Hand of Midas. Not bad, buddy.
Yeah, 31-5. He has way better CS than ROTK. I have no idea how he dominated ROTK so hard. ROTK has like half his CS. All you do is just Anchor Smash, bro. Anchor Smash. Oh, he doesn't have a Kraken Shield. Well, I guess Kraken Shield doesn't stack with Stallion Shields, but he should. I don't know why he skimped out on the regen either. He needs more regen. Looks like he just has to play really far back because of that.
Super going to come in to help bring down the bottom tier 1. Don't even think they needed him. They could just about push through. ROTK is level 6 and can counter-initiate here if they come too far forward. Dodge the Illuminate there. Will show his face. There's a lot of help behind him. Those sags there, as is. The Naga Siren handled by Johnny. And here in mid, there's a couple. It's 1-2-1 and Luo trying to make something happen here. Yeah, sure.
Shrapnel.
Yeah.
Look at the tower damage. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's just the melting before our eyes. Like watching a pile of sugar in a rainstorm. We've got 4 up at top right now for Rattlesnake. 1-6. And the kill scores, yeah, Gyro's actually got 2 of those. Nice start for him.
Yep, the tower siege continues from both teams. Vici pressuring middle, meanwhile Rattlesnake pushing top, and there is really nothing that ROTK can do, and he knows that. He is just getting the heck out of there. He should get out of there at least. Is he going for it tonight? That is no way, buddy.
I was gonna say that's pretty brave, man. Instead, just gonna fall back and take some creeps down the bottom. We see split push action taking place. FY and Siler in bottom lane. 1-2-1 is there. He is not level 6, so doesn't even have Eclipse to fight with right now. This tier 1 mid will drop without a doubt to one last Nether Blast. So VG just rolling up the early game. And honestly though, Rattlesnake holding it together a little better than you would think. I mean, they're really not in as bad a shape as they could be. It's about 15. I could make it 23. Now it's pretty bad. Jumping up to around 4,000 gold, the advantage for VG, and looking to extend it here.
I see. They know he's back there. And one thing that you can do is also just drop a Pugna ward, like over here. And if he casts Illuminate, you see it coming, and you can just play around that. So that's something that's very useful about the Pugna ward.
And ROTK still has yet to do much of anything for VG. He's got his arc boots up, so he came out of that solo safe lane not too shabby either. I mean, certainly not a Midas at 6 minutes like we saw on Icy. This is one of those situations where a Midas on a support, technically a support, makes a ton of sense to me. Like, this makes much more sense than those crazy 18 and 20 minute Midases we saw for a while. We're going to see a smoke as they rotate 2 down. That's going to be Fenrir plus FY. They're going to look to get a kill, and they might be able to dive 1-2-1 if he decides to hang around too far forward. And, yep, he's going to wait on the creep wave. Here comes Fenrir and FY waiting just outside of tower range. Fenrir just to the north, and they know where 1-2-1 is. Let's see how brave he wants to be.
Yep, and ROTK just scouting on top with the rune. I don't actually know why he didn't bottle up after he invis, but he's sitting at half HP. That's way too risky of a situation to look for a solo kill. Unless they just, give it to you. But looks like the push is starting on bottom. 1-2-1's been in a very safe position. Siler feels very safe, too, because he has 2 supports around him in the fog. And now Crystal Man has revealed her position, and 1-2-1 will continue to play even further back. So ROTK has been really quiet this game. So has Luo as well as Super, I think. Those 3 heroes in particular, and Icy. So both mid laners and both top laners just doing their own thing. Pretty much like a 3-on-3 and 1-on-1 and a 1-on-1. Like, no intermingling between any of those.
They're going to try to punish this 3-man push down at bottom. They're not going to be able to get out the gate quick enough, though. And VG going to be able to retreat. In the meantime, Super has completed his mechanism. Just has to fly the recipe out. And taking a tower up there. Oh, the deny. Guess what? Tidehunter wins against Shrapnel. GG.
I blame Luo. Where's the micro, man? His attack animation is so sick. Plus Shrapnel, it's just the hero's unstoppable.
Luo, caught by a Ravage. And sorry, where's Shrapnel's? How's that going to help you?
He should have scouted out with Shrapnel, man.
7-1. VG in very good control. They are very close to bringing down this bottom tier 2 as well. This has just been a slow, methodical push, and really VG hasn't really felt threatened at all. In the meantime, we see Super did get some damage done to top. Double damage will be bottled by Super as we speak his name. And 1-2-1 just trying to farm in the face of Siler. Throws out the Lucent Beam, but he's going to have help rotating down momentarily.
Are we going to see a carry Keeper to Light? Is he going to go Dagon or what? I have no idea. Oh, actually, there's something but on the... Oh, it's just a 4-staff. So nothing exciting. Sag just gets... what is he doing over there? I guess maybe trying to deward, but... yeah, there's way too many supports roaming around that area. This is just danger zone. Do not go in this area.
I wish Icy had built a Dagon. Would have made me happy. Instead, gets the 4-staff, the board.
Someone gets defensive decret, boom.
As much as I griped about the Hand of Midas pickups, I need to shut my mouth. He's actually getting items that will help his team. So, but VG, again, just in great shape. Really nothing more that can be said about it. FY's actually got 1,800 gold right now, so he can grab his tier 2s as soon as he wants them. Mechanism again done on the Pugna. I feel like they could just about start 5-manning right now and probably have a decent chance of winning, but of course, Keeper the Light is a complication there.
Yeah, and Naga Siren too. And they don't have BKBs yet, so I don't expect them to force any really difficult 5-on-5 engagements, for example, T2s, or when all 5 of Rattlesnake are up. Any of those, they can just farm, because what do they have to worry about? A Luna who is 0-3 and just brown boots and 1700 gold. He's going for the late game -2, and then is when you push. Oh, Stupor, look at that shrapnel.
And the Decrepify certainly didn't help him out against the headshot.
He got slowed. He got slowed in the count. Like, crap, I can't run away. I have to TP.
I'm literally taking all the damage. I'm going to go 100 to 0 because of shrapnel. Midas going to be the
can't run away. I'm basically stunned.
2-8. Is the exhaustion from this Eastern schedule catching up with us? I'm feeling kind of giggly, and I don't get giggly often. 2-8 remains the score. And, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just both teams bouncing around. Rattlesnake did find that second kill. I'm a little surprised that VG isn't just running pure gank at this point. Map control is totally in their hands. Finally, Pugna gets a chance to access the courier to get his mechanism.
Yeah, he got that thing a long time ago.
Yeah.
Looks like on Towers of Network chart, Keeper Light is keeping on par with the Gyrocopter, which is a little bit ridiculous, but again, is a Keeper Light. If this Keeper Light and the Luna were switched, I would be scared for Vici, but because it's just a Keeper Light, I mean, nice he has a 4-staff, nice he has 600 gold, but your Luna's inventory is not nice.
And Johnny. Ooh. Oh, nice sleep. Almost got spotted. He's got
Look at
3.
this. They're in a perfect line for Illuminate, too. This is going to be disastrous.
But can they get off the Ravage? They're waiting on it. Siler trying to get away. Johnny will end up dropping. And disastrous? Does that word mean what we think it means?
They weren't that underfarmed.
Well, I mean, you were.
They just don't have any damage. Where's the Eclipse?
Yeah. He didn't even blow Ravage, by the way. Just want to point that out. They've gone 4 for 0. No Ravage. And the mech just now went off. They just now mech'd.
If they had shrapnel, it would have been over.
If they had shrapnel. I think that needs to be a new hashtag. I think every time I see a team lose when they shouldn't, I'm gonna hashtag, and I'm gonna mention and hashtag you in every single upset tweet I have.
Hashtag should've picked sniper. Hashtag skill shrapnel.
More shrapnel. Hashtag more shrapnel. Max shrapnel. That's what we call it. Hashtag max shrapnel. 2 to 12.
Mirror mode in Dota, or even pick multiple heroes and pick so many snipers, 5 assassinates and 5 shrapnels. Oh my goodness.
Shrapnel, not enough to help him out here. Decrep actually allowed him to get away without taking any damage. There's a call down.
They're running back into the shrapnel. No, silence.
Could it be they're just not scared of it? Is that possible?
I hear a blow up, but they just hit a mirror illusion. Rattlesnake, they have the farming build. They have 2 Midases up right now, but the gold deficit 7,500, and tower count is actually fairly close, 2 to 4, so about 5,000 of that gold. A little under 5,000 is accounted for just due to sheer kill difference in 10 and sheer CS difference. And looks like Siler's taking a pretty convincing lead in this network chart. Looks like Tide is building up a hood, and that is a very, very smart decision from him.
Yep, Hood of Defiance. Picked up.
That, completely mitigates shrapnel damage and Illuminate and Eclipse. So
I'm sure they bought it for shrapnel damage. I'm sure that's how that conversation went. It's like, God, you know what we really need? We got it. That's shrapnel damage. God damn.
Super. He's afraid.
We gotta get.
I don't want to walk in that danger zone.
Gotta deal with that.
Not go in.
Never mind Soul Assumption. Never mind Illuminate. Never mind Eclipse. Shrapnel damage. That's the problem. ROTK.
They can do Roshan any time that they want to. They have Gush. They have Acid Spray. They have decent right click damage from Gyrocopter. But they're just looking to take a T1. And if Rattlesnake comes up to this fight and they get ravaged from behind, it is just so over unless they get a stronger Siren. Looks like it's not up for 20 seconds. But this is a very bad tower defense. I would highly recommend not doing that.
Yep, they're going to go for the deny with the Visage Familiar. It's not going to get it. And VG going to poke their nose out. Oh, they got 2 back at the tier 2. And wisely, they're going to throw out Shrapnel, I'm sure, to just scare them away.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be scared. They're going to they loop back around the ridge line. And here's Luo. This could be problematic. He's way too far forward. And, there it is. It slowed him. And there's the song coming in. They actually got 4 there at very close quarters, but no way to do a whole lot. Hey, ROTK taking some damage after the Visage stun, but they are just going to go ahead and collapse right on this tower. And we'll see if they want to come out and defend now.
Yep, it's no way. Not with Ravage still up.
I don't know. Shrapnel's doing some good damage.
I know.
Forced to retreat through it. The hood, just not enough. They're taking too much. And FY actually... Oh, no!
So close.
Manages to make it away. Slow push, very...
Snipe up.
Slow push is... It's actually going to be spent on super. And Siler will go ahead and bail out. Looks like he just wants to go save a tower and find some farm.
Yeah, poor Luo. 1 and 2 on the sniper. Not bringing the hero his true glory. And we see Midas Gaming, are they actually catching up in terms of gold? I mean, it's just hanging around 8,500 right there. Vici, still no pressure on them. They can just do whatever they want. Push towers, do Roshan, farm it up, play aggressively. 5-on-5. The map is theirs.
Yep. Like Tony Montana, man. The world is theirs. And they can do whatever the hell they want with it.
Can they actually breach a T3, though? I think that's actually my biggest concern for Vici right now. That's going to be pretty difficult. They have to deal with Cuddle and Shrapnel and Riptide spam from Naga Saturn. And that's a lot of magic damage, whether or not you do have a pipe. So maybe once they get the pipe up and they get the Aegis, I think they can make an attempt for it. But I could see this game getting delayed to at least 30, 35 minutes if Rattlesnake does want to do the super turtle game.
Speaking of super, he just about dropped Luna all by his lonesome. She had to use wand charges just to stay alive through the life drain there.
Dang, the phase Midas 777 HP build. Feeling lucky.
And there's a good Illuminate. This is a problem, as you rightly point out. It's not going to be an easy matter, even with a 10,000 plus gold lead, for them to really crack. Yep.
They had Necro Books plus Hype plus Mech. They can easily break a T3, but it doesn't look like it's going to come out. Oh, that's just as I say that. Necro number 1. So I didn't think it was coming out, but if they get Necro 3, maybe another Necro Book 2, maybe one from Crystal Maiden or something like that, then it should be pretty easy to push up. But it looks like Crystal Maiden instead is going to go for the BKB.
Yep. Wanting to secure some magic immunity. Actually hasn't put a single point in a freezing field yet. Has just been making use of the Aura plus Max Nova. Speaking of CM, how do you like to build her? There's debate on that as well. Do you Max Frostbite? Do you Frax the Nova?
It depends on what you want to do. If you just want to jungle and let your team do all the work for you, then you should definitely max Arcane Aura. But if you're going to be very active early, you either max Crystal Nova or Frostbite. But I would almost always advocate a 1-1-1 by level 3. And then just depending on the situation. For example, versus Weaver, you want max Frostbite. Versus someone else, maybe let's say a Lifestealer who you just want damage on instead, or just if you think you're going to be able to hit 2 or 3 main Crystal Novas a lot, then you just max Crystal Nova. Just depends on what your team needs at the particular moment. You can't really go wrong with a max Frostbite build. I think that build is really good.
Roshan gonna be the target here, dropping very quickly. And not a whole lot can be done about it. Having the armor reduction from Acid Spray plus Gush certainly helping matters out quite a bit. Down he goes. 1951, type it in the chat. As the Aegis goes to Gyro. Now this might be their moment to try and crack it. I mean, ROTK is not horrendously far from a pipe, so waiting that out might be the plan as well. Wouldn't surprise me. Siler could certainly use a little bit more damage too. He's got his survivability up with the BKB drums phase build so far, and there is the pipe on ROTK, so we'll see how quickly Siler feels comfortable.
Yeah, he might want one damage item before they push, but I don't think he's going to get it before the 6 minutes is up on the Aegis of the Immortal. Fenrir just placing some of his rewards. Low split pushing top, almost has a Shadow Blade. Speaking of Shadow Blade, we have not seen that item gotten very often at all. I would say Alchemist is number 1, but after that, I don't even know who else gets Shadow Blade. Oh, Sag just gets blown up.
Didn't even see it. Was staring.
It was just a blast to corrupt in the life drain. He just got destroyed.
Staring at the sniper and his Shadow Amulet on the way to that Shadow Blade. 2-13, Vici.
Split push for the win, dude. With Luo, with his max range, you can attack tower from max range with Shrapnel. How sick is that? And you can get a vision of it.
And I believe you made your case. The case is made. Glyph.
I can just keep going on and on and on about the virtues of it.
Well, let's see if it gets him out of trouble here. Shadow Blade could and should be done, but He likely to be caught out by Silo. Here's the homing missile right off the bat.
He's Shadow Amulet.
Yep. And up. Manages to make it away just in time. Here in mid, the rest of the team hangs back. And, I mean, if you were in VG's shoes right now, when would be when to push? Siler, again, probably looking for damage. He'll have a Demon Edge up at 400 gold if he wants. Do you wait on something like a full MKB? Or
Necro 3, I think, is the right time. If you can get it before, let's say, 4.5 minutes on the Roshan respawn timer, so he pretty much has 2.5 minutes to do it. Once you get that, I think you force a T2. You don't force a T3 yet. It's a little bit too early in the game. And yeah, they have a bunch of minuses, but their lineup is just extremely hard to push against. And it's not like they aren't unable to starve them. They're just getting kills on Luna left and right. They got a kill on Visit earlier too. So, I mean, as long as you're getting kills and the opponent's not actually catching up and farming, you're not like running around as 5 lane and split push every lane, then he should be okay.
Vici gonna pull back. And headshot. Bounces off FY stick jug. Super. Under cover of an Invis rune. Almost spotted the Naga Siren there. May end up spotting Sag and will. And just continuing to try to starve them out now. The tier 2 mid still remains, but not enough stability really to zone out this Vici squad, who is so very, very far ahead. The defensive nature of their lineup is buying them time, but there's still a huge deficit between these two teams. And Super spots him out and just lets him go. So it's fine. Go on by. Up, just heard a BKB pop.
BKB popped on. Dang. How did he take so much damage?
And, whoo, does manage to make it away at the BKB up, so it should have been fine, but Pugna Ward goes down, and there's going to be the Song of the Siren. They're going to try to punish him out. Luo's there, has a Shadow Blade. And here we go. There's the Illuminate. Johnny in a lot of trouble. Those Supers right there with him, life draining him out, so able to tank through. Nope, not enough to bring him down eventually. ROTK pops the pipe. He has Ravage if he wants to spend it, hanging on to it so far. Super mechs through the Assassinate. And now ROTK is going to spend his Ravage. Does a fair amount of damage. They will re-engage. Sag likely to end up dead here. There's the freezing field, finally taken by Fenrir at some time in the recent past. Pugna Ward goes down, and the Eclipse. Enough to add another kill to their total, but they are going to try to reinitiate. Siler making his way in through the southern flank. And we see Luna drop yet again. She's down for 45 seconds. Luo's there. Johnny comes back in, uses Mirror Image. ROTK will be netted from the low ground. Here's the call down. Will end up catching Johnny out. Will he dive it? BKB up in 10 seconds, but the damage output a little too high. So Rattlesnake managing to hold the line at least a little while, but not the most favorable trade as they continue to trail by 12 kills.
Yep, they didn't actually end up getting a tower out of that. Vici did not. I mean, they shouldn't pick a fight without a Gyrocopter. He's their strongest hero right now. He has the Aegis, and they should have the Necro 3 out on Super right now. And this is around the time when you want to fight, not just 1 minute before. Vici just needs to be slightly more patient, and looks like Sniper is getting. But is Siler actually going to die here?
Yeah. Yeah, he just going to lose his Aegis. I guess it was thinking it was going to be reclaimed soon, and it wasn't.
Yeah, 1 minute anyways.
Yep. And Super going to be netted down. Can they follow it up? Here come the Necro Creeps. And the Illuminate will burn through. There's the mech through it. They're going after Luo. Can they catch up with him? Homing missile is on the way. Let's see. Will it track him down? Nope. Tower should get the kill. No. Does end up dropping at the last possible second. So Roshan will be back up in 5.5 minutes from now. So it's going to be about a 1.5 minute respawn for it.
I think Pugna actually died in that engagement too. So, I mean, Rattlesnake's not trading too poorly in these fights. And we see the gold slightly dip towards Rattlesnake. So, breath of life.
Yeah, showed a pulse. Nothing else. And Gyro will get that tower in mid. We're going to see the Lucent Beam spin. He has BKB. He's going to be netted, though. So, BKB's trying to...
Siler, what are you, Vici, with the throws? Like,
yep.
It's very... plain to push with the Aegis, push with the Necro 3. If not, just wait for the next Roshan and then just push. You have the Ravage. ROTK has a Blink Dagger. They have the Mech Pipe. Their 5-man is far, far superior to Rattlesnake. But taking a 4-man fight without Siler, that was actually Siler's fault. He shouldn't have to BKB TP while he's split pushing like that. And then fighting without Siler, and then Siler just going in when his team is not there. So Siler just needs to be on the same page as Vici, and that is what happens when you have to switch out your carry to a recent departure from Vici, and Siler still needs some time to just perfectly mesh in with their team.
Luo has added a Yasha to his inventory, so doing what he can to add a little bit more mobility, a little bit more damage. In the meantime, though, Alchemist has picked up another big team fight item, and the Assault Cure Assault was very close to being done. He did grab a Midas at some point. I actually didn't see exactly what time that item came out, but he has very gradually farmed himself into major, major territory. He's actually sitting at third in our overall net worth. Taking a look at everyone else, the BKB finally complete on Luna. That'll be a substantial help to her against Pugna in particular. And up the top,
Sniper on top. Ooh, they have the gem on Fenrir. Looks like he's going to get recalled back. Or TP out.
he's
or
hanging.
neither.
Or just hang out, you know. Fenrir, like you said, has the gem. And up, he's
All the snipe.
just taking pot shots. And now he's going to leave. So, living up to his namesake, playing some guerrilla warfare. I like it. And here's the recall now, bringing him back in. There you go. Luo goes immediately in the Shadow Blade. ROTK out in front, eating a lot of damage. Is going to be caught with Mana Leak. Soul Assumption's there. Here comes Super rotating over. Visage Familiar's trying to track him down. Super's there and gets off the Nether Blast, but Song of the Siren disjoints things a little bit. In the meantime,
there's only two there, and they are scared. That's a 4-on-2 fight, and they are just piecing out.
Yep, and that's going to free up the other three to bring down the top tier 1. Super's not done, though. He's still got that haste. And he's going to get a decrep on the Sag. ROTK moves up. They're going to kill Sag off of that. Or very close. Ooh, he actually broke the life drain. But they still have all of their major abilities, call down, as well as Ravage are going to pop the pipe and look to move up. FY eats the Unstable Concoction on the mouth, but the pipe buying them a little bit of time against the Illuminate. Super has Necro Book 3 ready to go again in 30 seconds. Looks like they might go ahead and reset. Roshan will be up very soon. Going to be about 2.5 minutes, give or take.
Keep the hero siege up with supers. Just keep pugging blasting here and there. Dodge Illuminate, dodge Shrapnel, and they should be okay. They also need to wait for Necro Book cooldown. They also need to wait for Hood cooldown, or Pipe rather. So that's just maybe 30 seconds. Maybe with the next wave, they can actually make a concerted effort at this tower, especially since the glyph is down. Looks like they're just going to back off for a little bit, but they aren't backing off together, which makes me think that they're just going to rinse and repeat in the middle.
Yep. Pugna will be getting a Scepter up as his next item. I love that pickup, especially in this kind of a situation. Pugna with Scepter is stupid good. He's so hard to kill. He just has forever sustain. If you focus him down, he'll life drain you and force you to spend a lot more time on him than he should. And if you don't focus him, he's just going to life drain you forever. And AoE stops mattering to him that much at that point because he can just heal through it with absolutely no cooldown on it. So I like the option there. For now, though, Vici going to keep up the siege. Here's the pipe. And that removes the Illuminate. They need to get up over this lip very quickly. FY, we can see, actually trying to dive it out. ROTK going to get off the Ravage and got a bunch. There's the Freezing Field, and that Blink Dagger for Fenrir showed off right when it needed to be. Roche back up in a minute. Don't know that it's going to matter. Tier 3 is going to drop, and this will be a set of racks. Should be the beginning of the end, if not the outright end. Icy next on the list as he falls. But yeah, beginning of the end, if not the end, for Rattlesnake's run here in the Eastern Division.
Too many blinks coming out on the side of Vici. They can just wait for Rattlesnake to clump up, boom, blink Ravage, boom, blink Freezing Field too, and that is just way too much. They can't really do anything else about it. Alchemist also has a blink in case he wants to follow up, and then a call down after the Ravage with flak damage. That is just way too much damage for Rattlesnake to handle right now. They don't have the items to deal with it. They don't have any BKBs up except for one on Luna, which she can easily just be netted, or which she can easily just be burst down through because she has no other items, no other survivability items.
Pipe off cooldown, so they blow it again. Fenrir blinks ahead, gets the frostbite off. There's the live terrain. 1-2-1, blown up once again. They'll probably call GG off of that. Luo doing what damage he can. He's got Assassinate. Is he going to take the shot? Take the shot! Boom! Oh, the mech!
Super should have took that, so he died.
Rage! Siler going to be decrept away from death that time. They're going to end up getting BKBs away from the last Soul Assumption. And Icy using Blinding Light, but caught with the... Oh, he actually is forced that. I was going to say he got caught with the Frostbite right at the edge of safety. And one Illuminate. Artillery from downtown, not going to connect. And that's going to be 2 sets of racks down. The third is ripe as it's already got a creep wave on it.
Yeah, this should be
GG.
coming out. Yeah, that's just obliterated in the tri lane again. Like, they have to win the laning phase. Without Rattlesnake getting off to an early good start, their mid-game decision is just too poor to come back from a deficit. So they really just need a snowball. And even then, sometimes they have a hard time securing and continuing their lead. So Rattlesnake just needs a little bit of work on their draft. Unfortunately, Sniper not the best pick here, and just a little bit of work on their early team play to win the laning phase. Just go all out in the early game picks. Don't pick a turtle lineup. Pick a very aggressive early fighting snowbally lineup.
And just like that, our Eastern Division draws to a close. Rattlesnake blanked by Vici Gaming 0-2. Vici takes over third position in our overall standings. They'll be heading into the playoffs sitting quite pretty, not quite as pretty as Invictus, of course, who sits in second, and behind them, DK and Tongfu in that order. So we'll take a look at the standings here in just a minute. Once again, want to thank everyone in the game right now for purchasing our ticket, and hope you've enjoyed our Eastern Division. And, of course, want to thank all of our stream viewers as well. 31 minutes, 10 seconds, the official game time, 7-24, the final kill score. And we can put this one behind us, Merlin. It's been a long journey, man, casting in these late night hours. And I'm sure for our Eastern, or our Central European, I should say, viewers, and of course, as you move over there, even more of a journey for them. Any final thoughts on the game before we bounce it out to the front and do the goodbyes?
That Vici is looking pretty good. They had like one time where they like fought without Gyrocopter, but aside from that, they've been looking pretty solid, bouncing back after their just devastating loss against IG yesterday. They're like kind of middle in the pack team. They have the potential to be one of the top three. So I'm looking forward to see more play out of Vici. Hopefully they can give other teams like LGD China. They really need a stiff competitor right now.
Oh yeah, LGD China not going to be in the playoffs though. They're already headed to Vegas. They'll VG will be awaiting the winner again of the initial bubble race round, which will be Tongfu taking on Team DK. So they're going to have some time to study up on their opponents moving forward from there. I'm your host, Aaron AC Chambers, and we're done. We're done skis. The East is over. LGD, the direct qualifier, finishing in first place. Second behind them, Invictus Gaming. Third after that, Vici Gaming, DK in fourth, and Tongfu in fifth, while Rattlesnake, Rising Stars, and LGD International wind up the three not making the cut. Our playoffs, again, should be starting on December 6th unless something changes. Yep, getting the confirmation from Sesh, from Conrad over behind the production desk that it will indeed be that. Speaking of, Twitter addresses. I want to see him. Come on. Let me do the fingers. Come on. Yeah. There it is. All right, you can find us both on Twitter. I'm at AC. That's Merlini Dota. Check him out at Merlini Dota. One of the best educational streamers and videographers, I guess. I don't know if that's the correct term. YouTube guys. You're going to find anywhere in the Dota community. Merlini, tell them where else they can find you, as I'm sure there's a lot of folks who would love to tap into your wealth of knowledge and experience.
Sure, you can follow me on Twitter at Merlini Dota, like you said, and also Facebook and YouTube and twitch.tv/Merlini Dota is my personal stream. So all/Merlini Dota. Thanks again, ASC, for a very fun and exciting Eastern Division cast. And it's sad that it's come to a conclusion, but we'll move on to the Western Division tomorrow, very early in the morning.
Yep, absolutely. Right back with the West, and thanks to you as always, Ben. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we're officially past the halfway point. Actually, I'm sure we surpassed that by the numbers at some point, but with the Eastern Division done, we have about 7 days left, if even that at this point, of Western Division play ahead of us, winding things down. Our grand finals have begun to take shape. Again, LGD coming out of the East, Alliance coming out of the West, and looking to get our final two teams headed for Vegas, determined in that first week of December. But again, the West rolls on starting tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern Standard Time. That'll be 6 p.m. if you happen to be out in Central Europe. And, of course, our Chinese viewers can tune in at midnight their time. 2 best of 3s a day, so long as the toss manages to sort something out. We're actually still figuring that situation out. But we will have Dota for you every day here on the HyperX D2L. This has been a HyperX. Actually, before I do that, let's take I've already run through it, hell. We had standings. Please throw them up there, Connie. That's my bad. I completely blew it on that. Yeah, there you go. Our final standings. Am I behind it? Nope. You actually can't see me. It's fine. LGD, as you can see, finished up 7-0, 6-1 for Invictus, 5-2 for Vici, 4-3 for Team DK, 3-4 for Tongfu, and then LGD and Rattlesnake and Rising Stars both rounding out those bottom 3. I just feel so bad. I know Connie was working on that. I completely went over the final standings without even asking him or giving him the verbal cue. to pop those up. So hashtag FireAC, keep Connie. All right, guys. Once again, it's been my pleasure to bring you the East. On behalf of myself, Conrad, and Merlini, thank you so much for making this half of the HyperX D2L. I'm fine. I'm good to say bye. HyperX D2L Season 4 a success. It really has meant the world. So looking to get the West played out over the next 7 days. We look forward to seeing you then. Until then, enjoy your evening, morning, or afternoon, and enjoy some Dota.